CKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A, where we go over all the latest topics that happened during the week of mobile. And this week we got some pretty big ones because we got more and more leaks as we get closer to MWC. Now, if this is your first time watching this, we have this show every week, Sunday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, this week we really have some very interesting ones, again, just because LG's phone leaked. We have confirmation on Apple's announcement date, and so we're just getting all of this stuff coming in, and as it comes out, we're seeing what's going to happen. All right, now, if you have questions that you want me to answer on this week's show or next week's show, you just leave a comment down below if you're watching live, and I will answer at the end of the show. However, if you're not watching this live, then just feel free to email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com, which is also right here. And just make sure your subject is question, and hopefully I'll answer it next week on next week's live show. All right, let's get to the first one. Thank you guys for joining me, by the way. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. Some of you guys aren't able to join me, obviously, got drunk and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully everyone's driving home safe and should be lots of fun today. Wow, all I can say is turnover, turnover, turnover. Turnover. All right. Let's start off with the first bit of news, and that is, again, the LG G5. And it has leaked, and we now have, again, because of case manufacturers, they always seem to leak it, and now we have it. So this is it. This is the LG G5. Really interesting how it looks. So let's take a look at a couple of photos, and let's see really what stands out. So the main thing to me is the side buttons are back. As you see right here, we do have side buttons again. So you're going to have side buttons once again. However, it's not going to be the power button on the other side. Yes, the power button is still that back key right there. So this is going to be the back home key still, or power key, for LG. So they are still going to keep that. This also houses the fingerprint scanner that they've not gotten rid of. It's interesting though, because they have their camera off a little bit to the side, which I don't know if I really like that, but we'll have to see how it goes, simply because typically the way I hold my phone is I hold it like this, which in this case, the camera would be on the bottom down here, according to the schematic. So I don't know if I really like that. I'd rather the camera be higher up than lower. And simply just because that's how I hold my camera. Now, I'm not sure if that's really the way that most people do it or not. Maybe some people do it this way. In that case, which the camera should be higher this way. But I think most people hold it like this, which means, because you just take your phone, you kind of flip it this way, and that's the way you would take it. And that it makes the most sense to take it that way, just because it is perfect with your right trigger finger. If you're used to old cameras, that's the way it was done. So really, I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to go. Overall, it has, it looks like 3 flashes, really. It has 2, and then one right below it. So as you see right here, we have 2 flashes, and then something below it, which I think is like, the natural skin tone thing. And then you have the laser autofocus that LG is known for. So what do you guys think of this design? I'm indifferent to it right now. I do think that LG needed a different look. I'm just not sure if this was it. And to be fair, maybe it's just I'm not a big a fan of white phones in all cases. I know I have to specify that because I have a white Note 5. But I like it in a case. I think it looks better. I think the white looks good in a case sometimes, but kind of like a clear case like this, it doesn't do it for me. Now, this also might indicate that it is a metal phone. If you look at this, it looks like it could be like, aluminum on the back, but I'm very curious to see if that is what it's going to be. Really curious to see. It's just really interesting to see how it's going to turn out. It does look like, because this bump in the back, that the speaker, though, might be on the back still. Or no, the speaker's on the back. Well, at least according to this schematic, it doesn't show it. So I'm not sure why that they have these little 2 nodules on the case. Maybe that's just how the case is made. But it's really interesting to see. So that means speakers should be on the bottom. And I'm not sure what you need this for. It's really kind of curious to see all these things. And you see on their front-facing camera on this one, it's in the middle instead of on the side as well. So that's kind of interesting. Again, these are always like schematics they get, and they try their best to assume what's going to go where and everything. But obviously, it is going to have this part, and it's going to have a fingerprint scanner. So pretty much that is dead set. And then here looks like the speaker. Looks like here for the Type-C USB, yes, the G5 will have Type-C, and a headphone jack right there. So yeah, overall, it's really interesting. What do you guys think of the design of the G5? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, in the next bit of news, we get Apple's announcement date for their 3 new products. Yes, Apple will have 3 new products coming out. March 15th looks to be the announcement date, and this will be the date we get the iPhone 5SE. It was called Project 5e as we discussed a couple weeks ago, but it looks like the final name will be 5SE. Why? But yes, it's going to be called 5SE. And again, it's just going to be identical to an iPhone 6, but the size of an iPhone 5S. So they're just revamping that. The iPad Air 3 will also be announced, and as well as the Apple Watch 2. So all of those will be coming in. Also, speaking of the iPad Air 3, we do get a schematic of it, and it does look like it's going to have the 4 speakers that the iPad Pro is known for. Now, this is really good, obviously. We want always to have better sound on our tablets, so this looks like what we're getting from it. I really am a fan of having more speakers, of course. If you can get better sound quality in there, why not? And I think it's something that manufacturers hold themselves back from doing. And for what reason? Not a good one. Another news is the S Pen. Looks like it will be getting an update, maybe not this year, but definitely in the upcoming future, that it will actually be a kickstand as well. So it's going to be a stand for your phone besides just a regular S Pen. I think this is pretty cool. Overall, it's a really neat idea. The thing I'm more curious about is, will we be seeing this on a tablet S Pen and not a phone S Pen? The reason why I think this is because by this design has a little bump on it, the way the tablet S Pens had, and the way the phone S Pens did not have. So the design of this, if you see a little tip over here, that is more indicative of the tablet S Pen, which maybe that means we'll finally get another tablet Note, which we've been wanting for a while. I have long said that I think the best tablet that Samsung could do is an 8-inch Note tablet. I think that's the best tablet that they can do. I think 8-inch is a perfect size for the S Pen. 8.9 if you really want to do it, but I think that size is very great for it. So yeah, this is how it would work. That basically you would take it out halfway, and then you just flip it back, and now you have a kickstand. Pretty cool, huh? I think it's a really neat idea. Again, I don't know if we'll see this on phones, but it's definitely a possibility, and really good one to see in the future. All right, do you want to save 20% on your battery life? 20%. So a lot of people always ask me what to do to make a phone faster, and there is a real easy solution for that. It's just most people don't typically want to do it, and that is removing Facebook. If you remove your Facebook, if you completely uninstall it, and you can even install Facebook Lite if you want to, and it's a much lower usage. It's not as fancy, but if you just want your Facebook notifications, uninstall Facebook, install Facebook Lite, and your battery life will get about 15 to 20% longer without Facebook and Messenger. That's pretty incredible. It's faster, it's longer battery life. It's amazing how much Facebook uses and how little Facebook has progressed over the years since they started, because they've always been a memory hog and they've not even come close to fixing that. So yeah, really sucks. All right. In other news, we do also get that Microsoft bought SwiftKey. Now, this is pretty big just because SwiftKey is my favorite keyboard solution. And what happened? Someone's saying it's frozen in the chat. Everything looks good on my end. Hopefully you guys can see everything okay. Hopefully you guys can see everything okay. If you can't see it, let me know in the comment section down below. Sorry, I just, while I was doing this, I realized that someone says frozen. Oh, okay. No, it looks like other people can't see it. All right, just wanted to make sure. Try refreshing it if it's stuck on your end. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure when someone said it was frozen, I'm like, oh my god, can no one else see this? All right. So yeah, with the whole Microsoft buys SwiftKey thing, it's really big because SwiftKey is probably my favorite keyboard on all OSs. It's just an amazing keyboard, and it's one that I've really grown to love. However, the big thing that I got worried about is one thing specifically, and that is that I don't trust Microsoft with my information. I trusted SwiftKey with it. I don't trust Microsoft with my information. So this puts me in a really interesting situation just because of the fact that I don't trust Microsoft. I love SwiftKey, and I don't know if I'm going to continue using it because Microsoft owns it. If they change any of the privacy policies, I might leave SwiftKey, and that breaks my heart because it is by far my favorite keyboard. I mean, there is no keyboard that comes close to it for me. What is your guys' favorite keyboard that you guys use? Mine's by far SwiftKey. I've tried every other one, and I always go back to SwiftKey just because it just ends up being my favorite one, and it works better for me than every other keyboard. And our final news topic of the week comes from Android Wear finally getting a speaker update. Yes, if you are lucky enough to have the Asus Zen Watch 2 or the Huawei Watch, you now have speaker control on your watch. So that's really great. It's not available for other watches. It should be coming out to other watches, but those are two that were made with the speaker. So it will be coming out on there. So really great update for Android Wear. Personally, I believe Android Wear should have got this when it launched, but it's better late than never, and hopefully now all Android Wear devices will get this from this point on. Now, I really see it as an important feature, so hopefully it will come about on all Android Wear watches. All right, now let's get to the news topic during the week. Or sorry, not the news topic. Get to the question that was asked during the week. Again, if you have a question you would like me to answer, just email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com, and hopefully I'll answer it next week. All right, the first question comes from Lee Johnson, and he asked, just found your video very nice. If anyone can answer this, I bet you can. How do I close apps I don't want active on the S6? Sometimes I may want Facebook Messenger on, but then shut it off and not receive messages on my phone. On the S4, I would have to do it to Task Manager and close it, but it doesn't seem I can do this on the S6. So basically, you just want to shut it off for a period of time. Now, one thing I might recommend for this that might be better is actually a do not disturb and just highlighting the apps that you do not want to disturb you. However, if you wanted to not run the background to, say, drain your battery, that's a whole other issue, of course. Now, you can do this, but it takes a couple more steps from how you were doing it with the Task Manager that was built into the S4 that's not built into the S6. First of all, if you do, depending on the carrier you have, you might have Smart Manager available. Now, Smart Manager is a far better way of fixing your apps compared to Task Manager that used to be on the old Samsung devices. The problem is that not every carrier has it, and so that obviously makes things more complicated. If you have Smart Manager on there, you can go into, let me just show you, you can go into the Smart Manager. Let's let this focus for a second, and let's just make it easy. All right, so if you see here, if you go to the battery portion, I have 124 apps that are being optimized, and that means that these will not run in the background. So if I tap that here, and then it's just focusing. If I go to details, then once again, you can see that all these apps will not run in the background. So all of these will not run in the background and drain my phone because I don't want them to. And especially they just don't need to be running in the background. So for that reason, that would fix it. If you don't have Smart Manager though, it becomes a little bit more tricky because you'd have to download the third-party one, which I don't like any of the third-party task managers. So here's what I would recommend. If you want to do that with an app, you would do it the old-fashioned way, which is going into Settings, going into Applications, then Application Manager, then swiping over twice to the portion where it says All, and under All, you'll have every app that's running on your phone. You go to the app like Facebook Manager, and then you tap it and hit Force Stop. Now again, this is about 3 more steps than you had to do before with the Task Manager, but that would be the best, most effective way to stop an app or any app that's running in the background. So that's how you would do it with Facebook Messenger, and you can do it with any other app you want to do that with. All right, let's answer one more question, and then we will get to the comment section down below. Again, guys, if you have a question you would like to ask, just start asking it in the comment section down below, and I'll get to every question posted there before the end of the show. So let's go ahead and answer the last question and get to those. Jonathan Garrison asked, hi, hope you can help me. I have a Galaxy S6. I paid $250 for it, started to activate it, and it will not go past the Google account part without the previous account or password. And now you're not sure if you basically wasted your money getting this phone because you can't use it effectively. It's a very big problem, and unfortunately it does happen. And it's not an easy solution. Technically, you can't call up Google and get it fixed because Google does not do it. They will only do it if you are the first owner of it and just kind of don't know your password. So they will not do it because it's basically an anti-theft solution, and it's basically an anti-theft solution, so that if someone stole it and they were trying to sell it, basically, hopefully you wouldn't buy it because of the fact that they don't have the original password, and so therefore they can't, do it. So it's a big problem that's facing a lot of resellers, because if they did a factory reset that wasn't proper, you will get this issue. To bypass Google account. How to bypass? Okay, so there are lots of videos on how to do this. I, for one, again, I'm torn about doing it just because of the fact that, I've never done this video just because I understand why Google did this, and I understand it is affecting people in a negative way, but I don't know how I want to approach it. So therefore, I've decided not to do any videos on it. So there are a couple of solutions, so let me go through it. Trying to see which one. Okay, I think this one's it, but we'll see right now. Okay. So, the best way to do this... Since I closed that one... Give me a second, because now I need to change this to being this. Okay, there we go. All right, so the best way to do it is through a look at this user and basically and see how to do it. But essentially, what you do here is you actually put in a flash drive to it. You can do this with a flash drive or an OTG cable with a micro SD. I mean, either way. You basically just put it so that it loads. You trick it because it loads into the file manager. And once you do this file manager, you install this part. And once you install it, Google thinks that it did a natural reset. That is how you would do it. Again, the reason I haven't done a video on it, so again, now this takes you into settings, and now you do a natural fast, you do a natural hard reset, which if you do a natural factory reset, you then will not have to put in the old Google account. So that's how you do it. Google is working on patching this so that this will not work, but as of this moment, it does work. I believe some people have said that the Sprint one does not work anymore, but I'm not sure if that really did get the update because I don't have the Sprint version. But yeah, so again, they give you all of the links that you'll need right here. So yeah, hopefully that'll help you out. That is how you bypass it. Again, because of the whole legality, or not legality, but I just don't know how I feel about bypassing, because then it's really like you can steal a phone and then bypass whatever password someone had on it so that you couldn't steal their phone. So yeah, I'm a bit torn on doing a video for that reason. Okay, let's get to the comments section down below. So someone asked me, what's your movie channel? My movie channel is The Mainstream Movie Guy. And that's my channel that I do all my movie reviews. Tonight I still have to do a review of Hail Caesar. I saw it this weekend. Spoilers. So yeah, I'm very excited for next weekend though. I get to see Deadpool on Thursday, Zoolander 2 on Friday, and I think that's it. I don't think I'm seeing the other ones. There's 2 others out. I forget what it is. How to Be Single and something else. I forgot. I think I was thinking about the other one. I'm not too big a fan of the way How to Be Single looks. It just looks too much like the same old shtick. But we'll see. I got that feature on Mines. Ricky, like we say in New York, you're the bombs. Best, thank you for the videos. What phone are you waiting for? Man, I mean, the S series I'm obviously very excited for, the S7, you know. I'm really curious if Samsung is going to do what we rumored about, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, that it's going to be the S7 and the S7 Edge, but the Edge will really be the Plus, but with the it's going to be called the Edge, but it's really going to be the Edge Plus, and they're just not going to have a regular Edge. I think that's a genius move, to be honest, just because it wasn't worth it enough for most people to buy the Edge over the regular one. Like, people liked the way the Edge looked, but didn't end up didn't end up buying the Edge. They would like go to the store, man, that Edge looks amazing. I'll buy this regular one though. And the reason was because it was $100 more. So I think if you make it like $100 more, even $150 more, and make the Edge Plus, that's a lot more incentive to get it, and I think that would sell better. But I'm interested in the I'm interested in whatever we get from MWC. The S7 definitely looks like one we're getting. the G5 is obviously one we're getting as well. So those two will be announced. I mean, I'm really good standing with both of those companies. So hopefully I will be getting the S7 and the G5 to review and compare and show them off to you guys. Really excited for those two. I also am excited. I didn't go over it during the news just because we had a lot of news articles this week. But the Idol 4S from Alcatel, it was a great, mid-range device from last year. And I think the follow-up, I'm excited to see what it has to offer. So yeah, that's another one. But yeah. What's up, man? You watched the game? Yeah, I watched the game. I did not check out all the commercials, which I also like. And I have to do trailer reviews, too, because if you didn't see the Civil War trailer, that was amazing. The Deadpool trailer was alright. I want to see if he did anything else, though, on other parts of, like I heard he was going to have a chimichanga truck and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really interested to see that stuff. Also, I didn't see the Batman vs. Superman trailer, Jungle Book trailer, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I want to see a lot of other the trailers that have come out. Root Nexus 6P. So I don't root as much as I used to. But I mean, rooting is always a thing where I feel like once you start rooting, you're gonna keep rooting for that device because every time there's an update, you want to push out the update. So, and it's always better with rooting to do a clean root than just to do a, upgrade root. So that's my opinion on rooting. I haven't done it for a long time though. I used to do it. I think the last phone I really rooted was the S4, believe it or not. I don't think I rooted since then. Maybe the Note 3 actually as well. But yeah, I didn't root that much after. Was the Note 3? Yeah, it was the Note 3, I think. Yeah, the Note 3 I think was the last one I rooted. But yeah, just haven't needed to root anymore. Yeah, I just don't find it as useful as I once did. I get the appeal of it, it's not for me. I just hated to constantly keep rooting. What case is on your Note 5? I want one. The case that I have on my Note 5 is Caseology. So it's a really good brand. It's on Amazon they sell it for. And it's like a folio leather backing right here and a metal, it's a plastic, but it's metalish. Around the side. So yeah, it looks just clean and yeah, I like it. Looks really good on the white. I got one actually for my mom as well. I got her a carbon fiber style one on the back, which is black and gold with her gold Note 5. So it looked good. Will we have a dual edge Note in the future? No, we will not have a dual edge Note in the future. And at least I don't believe so. And here's why. I don't think we'll have a dual edge Note because of the schematics more so. You have a pen in here. This pen takes up a good amount of space, right? So you have to have a good amount of space. However, you can't put it on this side at the corner when you have a edge display because it pinches right here. So you would have to move it more in. But then you can't put anything else where this pen is. And there's lots of stuff that needs to go here. One, the battery. So the battery has to fit somewhere in here. And you can't, again, pinch it all the way to the side because this pinches on the side. So you have to find the space for a battery and a pen in this phone. Not to mention all of the other things that go into it. So that's why you do not see a dual edge Note. A lot of people were like, well, why didn't Samsung do that? It was, figure it out. Figure it out. That's why they didn't do it. Because they have to basically make a plane that is going to pinch in, and upon this pinch in, still fit a pen and a battery within it. So that's why they didn't do it. Can they figure it out? Yes. We have seen Samsung make, batteries about this thick and longer rather than shorter and chubbier. So since they have done that, it's possible that they'll do it, but it just has to be figured out. And will that create a thicker phone? Probably. Do you use fast wireless charger at night? I do not. I actually use it right here. in my office. So in my office is where I use the fast wireless charging. This is better because it's quicker. You know, it does have the fans. It's a little bit more noisy. So just keep that in mind if you're planning on having it by your bedside. But that is where I use the fast wireless charger, because I don't need fast wireless charging at night. That doesn't make sense. You know, I don't need it for night. Can you do it? Yes, you can do it, and it will have no negative repercussions, just like I've said before. Wireless charging doesn't, because all that it is it has two receivers. Yes, this is a different phone, by the way. Two receivers, basically, instead of one receiver, meaning that it gets them faster, but it doesn't create a more harmful effect because you don't have more amps going into it. I don't have Facebook installed on my Note 5. Yeah, it really is better without it. The curved screen on the S7, is it worth it, or should I opt in for the regular S7? Are there any downsides to the curved screen? Is the screen less durable? I have a GS4. Don't laugh. No, I'm just playing. Do the Joker laugh. Ah, 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 ah. That's how he laughs. Seriously. Watch the trailer. So yeah, really for the S7, you know, first of all, we don't know what the display does yet. We did check it out last week where we saw more features that the Edge display is getting, but we don't know if that's this Edge display or next year's Edge display or later this year's Edge display. So for that reason, we don't know. We don't know what it's going to have. It's a very curious thing where I myself am very curious what it's going to have. Overall, I would say that yes, the Edge display generally has more features. Is it necessary? Well, that depends on how much Samsung charges for it, though, as well. Because, you know, let's say with the S6, right? Was the S6 Edge $100 more worth it than the S6? Because that's what Samsung was asking for. They were asking for $100 more. Now, really what that came from was $50 more for probably the design, or $70 more for the design. And the battery was 50 milliamps more, but that did average out to be 45 minutes to an hour longer. Now, for me, coming from a Note, which has the longest battery life in the US, yes, that hour was worth it for me. So I made the decision, yes, to get the Edge displayed S6 over the over the regular S6. Is that going to be worth it for everyone? That's hard to say. It's on a person by person basis. But for $100 more, that's what they gave us. What will the S7 Edge give us over the S7? We have to wait and see, and then we can make a more educated answer to say if it's worth it or not. And again, it might be that situation where it's worth it for me because of the longer battery life or whatever new things they put on it. Or it might not be worth it, and it's just like, if it's literally just the Edge display, I would not see it's worth it. Personally. But is it more or less durable? I would say it is a bit less durable in several cases. There is an argument to be made for how it lands, because if it lands on the front, it should actually be more durable because of how vibrations work, and that going or curve around should impact it less. However, impacting on the side would be far less durable. So it's, yeah. Overall, I'm saying it's a small percentage of the durability would be a difference. So yeah. Sir, can you suggest me a good fast charging power bank for my brand new Nexus 6P? Well, see, that's a problem because you have to have a Type-C charger, right? I was going to say my current one that I would recommend for most users, and I recorded this video earlier this week, but we have not put it up yet, and that is the tilt charging case, and this is called the Energy 5 SwiftKey Plus, and this is a fast charger, so it will charge with Qualcomm's fast charge. It will charge your Nexus 6 quicker if it had a Type-C connection, which it doesn't. However, it does have an open USB, so you can plug in your Type-C connection into it, but the main problem is because it's a Type-C connection. Now, I'll tell you a little secret. When I was at CES, I talked to several of those companies, Tilt, Belkin, a lot of the different, Power Gear, Pure Gear, a lot of these different manufacturers that make battery power banks and USB cables and all that stuff. And it pretty much was this. Everyone's waiting for Samsung to make a Type-C phone, which might possibly be the Galaxy S7. If that happens, we will see a huge increase in demand for Type-C connection. And the reason why they're waiting for Samsung is because they far outsell everyone else on Android. It's completely true. And you even have companies like, I don't have it here with me, but the Huawei Mate 8, which, came out after the Nexus 6P. However, the Huawei Mate 8 is still regular, regular USB, not Type-C. So you have manufacturers that keep switching back and forth in between, oh shit, my battery's gonna die, guys. Ah, damn it, I used this slot to record. I'm sorry, but if this does die, we'll have to call it a short show. That really sucks. Son of a bitch. Yeah, guys, sorry. I'm gonna have to call it a short show. Damn it. Really sorry, guys. Unfortunately, if it dies, I'm gonna try to get through these questions, but as soon as it dies, we have to cancel the show. So if you haven't done, let me get to some things really quick. If you haven't done the giveaway, make sure you enter the giveaway. We're giving away four different things, including the phone, the LG G4. Find out how to get to it on the Mainstream Movie Guy, and I have all the details on how to enter into it. We already had about, I think, 30 people submit their entry, and there it goes.